Can you imagine a more bitter fate than to watch as your dreams are usurped by a knave whose only advantages are a surfeit of audacity and a complete lack of scruples? If you answered no, then you'd better brace yourself for this one. First published in 1885, Bel-Ami was Guy de Maupassant's second novel, and one that helped cement his place as a master of long-form fiction, as well as the shorter stories for which he was more well known. It is a book about high aspirations, and it is fitting, therefore, that it received the royal treatment from the Limited Editions Club in 1968. The book arrives in a sturdy slipcase with navy blue sides and cream edges. The spine of the slipcase bears the novel's title, along with a line art design inspired by a Parisian lamppost. This street furniture motif is one that is repeated throughout the production. The volume itself is bound in a navy blue book ram, printed on the front with a white design featuring more lampposts, flanking a street sign that bears the author's name and title in gilt. The title is also printed in gilt on the spine. At almost the same size as an A4 page, this is a large book that is a bit cumbersome to read without support. The binding is sewn with blue head and tail bands, and the top edge of the text block is gilded. End papers are off-white. The typographic plan is due to Adrian Wilson. The body is printed in monotype Fornia, with Fantanesi display used to add a bit of stylistic flourish to the chapter headings. It's fairly simple interior design, but one that keeps the text readable despite the large page size. The paper is a wove stock produced by the Curtis Paper Company. It is a thick paper with a nice tooth that makes it pleasant to handle. Our illustrations were painted in oil by Bernard Lamotte and sit somewhere on the porous boundary between Impressionist and Expressionist. Lamotte was a regular choice for the Limited Editions Club when seeking an illustrator of French literature or books about France, such as Carlyle's The French Revolution. There are 12 illustrations in total, of which 4 are 2-page spreads, the remainder being full-page images. It is at this point that the book's somewhat ungainly size really pays off. The double-page images measure approximately 36 by 24 centimetres and look most impressive when reproduced at this scale. It's the kind of treatment Lamotte's bold oils deserve. Alec Woe has done a great job writing the introduction to this edition. He enthusiastically fulfills his role as advocate-in-chief for de Maupassant in the introduction, while containing some minor plot spoilers, left me excited to read the novel. The story follows George Duroy, known in intimate circles as Bel-Ami, as he rises through Parisian society, from destitution to a position of wealth and social significance. But these are not the rewards for a life of virtue. The man is a scoundrel and serial womanizer who exploits his good looks with little regard for others' happiness. At the same time, he recoils in fury should he suffer even the most insignificant of slights against himself. Thus, whereas Woe remarks in his introduction that he found himself rooting for Duroy, I wished only to turn this base character's own words against him and say, have at least the courage of your own infamy. Of course, all this is to say that de Maupassant has crafted a fascinating character, and it is this character who is the undoubted star of the show. The book concludes with a colophon identifying it as one of 1,500 copies produced. The colophon is signed by the illustrator and illustrated with the same street lamp motif that graced the front cover.